Hi there, Paulie here. So yes, I was just actually doing a panel at a convention talky thing. We're talking about writing things, and just a weird thing that I thought I'd share. So the first novel I ever wrote was a thing called Mus of Kerbridge, and Janelle Jacques did the cover for it. Beautiful, beautiful cover. I love it, and it's a great book, and it's still got good bones. It's getting reprinted by a new publisher. It's out. I have it self-published. Kind of funny having people come up and say, "Oh, you did my favourite book as a kid." It's like, boy, I feel old. But Mus was being written when I was working at Beam Software, I was sort of one of the world's first computer game designers in this dreadful company. But we were paid, programmers were paid. Game designer, me, paid nothing. The woman that answered the phones was paid way more than I ever was. I was only paid a little bit more than being on the dole, to be quite honest. But so I couldn't afford like a computer or anything like that at all. So to write this book, what I was doing was I had the first Mac, which was a little kind of khaki fawn coloured box of a thing with this little tiny screen on it, and a separate keyboard. So I would take a duffel bag into work, and when it's time to pack it in, because no one paid any attention to the writer because we're not important, so I would actually take the computer and the keyboard, put it in the bag, wait till there's a gap in the attention of management, whisk that bag down to a cupboard near the rear exit to the building, and then when it's time for me to go, okay, go. And then I was taking this computer home and writing this novel on it of an evening, and this dot matrix printer period. So in order to like edit the thing, particularly since like the Mac screen was this, it was only the size of your two palms together, it was tiny. You couldn't edit anything on screen, so I was having to print it out. But a dot matrix printer, which is enormous, I was having to, on weekends, I was having to take a second bag and swipe an entire printer from work and try and get some boxes of the perforated printer paper. And I was having to schlep this all the way home. Now, I had to walk 2 or 3 miles from a train station with this stuff each night to get home. And then of a weekend, you set this thing up, printing, and it would take like all weekend to print a dozen chapters, just 24 hours. You just keep this going. One line. Oh, Jesus. And if it somehow skips a ratchet, then screwed. You've got to start it again from scratch. So yes, Mus of Kerbridge was actually a project born of a great deal of perseverance and pain. So I'm very glad people actually still enjoy it, because of all the books that I ever did, this was the first. TSR eventually published it and so on. But yeah, that level of complete crazy dedication of lugging stuff and swiping stuff and whatever, is like I've at least never had to do that. Life's been that much easier since. It is almost one of those moments you look back and what the hell were you thinking? But yes, it's a bit of a Three Yorkshiremen moment. You were lucky. We used to live in shoebox and middle of road. But yeah, good old Mus.